This is Katie.
And this is Patience.
And we're
Gummy Buddies.
I forgot. I was gonna time out how long the intro song is because it's so much easier for me to not have to clip us and clip the song.
I saw on the video you put us talking through the intro and I was like,
yeah, it was really hard.
Music.
It was really hard for me. I was like, screw it. So I was trying to time it a little better so that we're not talking over it as much. So we'll see. But yeah. Hi.
Welcome back to another episode.
We're here. We are here on camera.
We're doing.
You want to see my nose hairs? No, I'm just kidding. Maybe later when I'm.
Yes, we're doing cameras. Katie has her own. I have mine. We're gonna just see how. We're gonna see how it turns out.
Yeah.
If I end up coming into Katie's frame, you can see that Katie is behind mine. So we're not professionals, and that's okay.
Go into my frame. Go into my frame. Hi.
So just be prepared that we're not the best at this, and that's okay.
Yes. We're doing our best.
And we appreciate everyone who watched our first video. That was very thoughtful.
Thank you.
Even though we were very self-conscious.
It was a rough one, but you know what? We've only got somewhere to go but up. Yeah, that's a saying.
Katie is almost done with her journal. She has a few pages left, so probably by next episode, it'll be... I have the worst itch on my back.
Uh-oh.
Of course, now of all times. Right when we get started. Also... Hello. We're recording before the 4th of July. So, of course, as soon as we started recording, fireworks went off. So if you hear those during the episode, we apologize, but we can't do anything about it because people suck.
Some people suck. Patience is one of those people because she is a Scrooge with 4th of July.
I do not like it. Actually, I got offered to work the 4th of July and I kind of want to take it. Just so I can be away from the fireworks.
On the emergency room, you're just going to be there with all the idiots that are doing fireworks incorrectly and hurt themselves.
But I like seeing their hands blown off. The one that...
Sorry, Shane, if you ever see this in that picture.
I keep forgetting. The one that I saw last year that did it, it was actually really cool. He is missing his thumb and this finger, but they're little nubs, so he has he can still move these, but they're little pinchy fingers. Today's agenda, brief catch-up.
Yes.
Catch-up.
Brief mustard. Brief.
I gotta mustard up some details. I'm trying.
We're doing great for a minute there, and now I'm just ashamed.
Okay. So nothing new.
Nope. Nothing new. Well, I've had some tea, but I can't talk about it. Maybe in the future we can. But I had some tea, and it was so good.
Very good tea.
Yeah. Scandal.
Scandalous.
Scandal in the workplace. Yeah. Anything else? I think we're going to try to keep our intros a little bit shorter so that we can get into the topic more. We're still going to keep longer intros on days where crazy stuff happens and we want to tell a story, or if there's a contest to announce it. But we're going to test out doing a little quicker intro based on some feedback. So,
yes, feedback. We're just going to cut this short. So, socials, Gummy Buddies Podcast. We're on a lot of things. Go follow us. You can,
at Gummy Buddies Podcast. We are on TikTok. Forgot to make our TikTok. We'll do that later.
It took a long time getting ourselves together today. So
it was a rough mess. It still is. Stay tuned.
That's okay. That's okay. So tonight is my topic. Katie doesn't know what it is. I'm actually going to be using my iPad to tell our story. So if the sound quality gets a little bad, it's because I'm holding it in front of my face and I'll forget. So
I'll try to remember to,
as a heads up,
give you, threaten you with a gun.
Okay.
I'll get a water gun just so that I can squirt you in the middle of the episode when you do stupid stuff. Genius idea. Writing it down.
I don't like it. I don't like the violence.
Water gun threats.
Okay, so we are going to clink.
Clink.
I believe this is the strawberry one.
Does look like a strawberry.
Ew, mine has a giant crystal cluster. Clink.
All right, guys, you know what time it is. I just looked at the light again. Previously on Gummy Buddies. Patience. Do you remember me telling you about that language of flowers and like different colors?
Oh,
and stuff?
yeah.
Yeah, so that's a big thing that was in Victorian England. They would have language, it was like the language of flowers. So depending on what flower type it is and what flower color it is, it would have different meanings. So like a rose could mean for love, but like a certain color rose could mean something else. So there were literally messages that you could send with your flowers, like as unspoken etiquette, like that meant different things. Red was obviously more for like love and passion, but each color had their own meaning. So that's that. And then like you could even send a flower, you could send a weird flower as like an insult or like a message of danger or whatever. There was just a lot of unspoken etiquette in Victorian England, especially like even with women's dressing, they had fan etiquette. So like the way you would hold your fan would send a certain message.
I'm gonna get you flowers according to this, and I'm gonna just hope you can understand the lingo. I think that is so cool.
Yeah, I think it's really neat.
Red carnation. My heart aches for you.
Oh.
That's so cute.
I was walking by the Hy-Vee flower section today, and I was like, there's a lot of really pretty plants here.
They do have a lot of pretty plants.
Whenever we do get a studio, I want to have like some pretty live plants growing, like cute.
Funny enough, one of my patients today, she was like, they call me the plant whisperer.
Oh,
and she's
so
like,
cool.
I'll bring you in a plant. And she showed me the kind she'd bring me. And I was like, no, I just killed the tulips I got.
I mean, tulips are very short-lived to begin with, but yeah. White means purity, innocence, youthfulness. It can also mean sympathy. Pale peach means modesty.
I love that.
Yeah, I do too.
10 out of 10.
Yes.
I love the love language because there's a bug right here. Sorry.
I love love.
I just think that the language is so cute and it's so romantic. Something about it is just so romantic. Be romantic, men.
And if a girl says she doesn't want dead bouquets, just give her a live plant like she wants. If a serial killer in a TV show can do it, you can too. It's not a message for anybody in particular. Okay. The other thing on previously, it was just one other thing. The 13 Ghosts series we talked about, I did a little bit of research into it.
They are doing a series, right?
There was an announcement, like a teaser for it being in development. However, a couple years ago, it kind of fell off the grid. Apparently, Sony and Dark Castle both own it, and they were like pitching it to Sony, and it was during the SAG-AFTRA strikes and whatnot, and it's just kind of fallen at a standstill as far as I can tell. There's no official announcement, no photos of development, but the idea sounds so cool. Bring us the 13 Ghost series. We really want it. It was like, they're talking about doing like one episode for the origin story of each ghost. I'm like, that would be really freaking cool, especially like if you could release it by Halloween of next year, that'd be great. I'm not getting any younger. I'm just saying. So, yes, I think it'd be so cool for Halloween to dress up as one of the ghosts. Like,
I really enjoyed that movie.
I want to be the big baby. The big fat baby with the Yeah, that's previously on Gummy Buddies. So,
wow, I thought we were going to have like a lot more to talk about this time.
No. That was it. I just had those two. I was going to talk about how you liked the movie Friday the 13th because you hadn't watched it, but we didn't make you watch it. So, we have homework. Stay tuned.
Well, homework.
I like the way your hair looks when you have like a single bang that falls down. It's so cute. I like that.
It's like the hair. I need to cut it. I am.
You could donate like 6 wigs out of your hair at this point.
I definitely could. It goes down to my butt now.
I like to take her hair and I like to take it like it's reins on a sleigh and go, yeah, ha, on Dasher. Yeah.
So I'm a little nervous for my topic. A little nervous. Got a little nervous.
All right, I'm gonna take one. Just give me one single wild stab guess. All right.
Do you want one vague hint?
One very vague hint, like history, death, education. I guess something that's not just for funsies.
Missing person.
Amelia Earhart. Okay, that's all I got.
I choose one.
You chose. I choose it.
I did one that I don't think you'll know.
Okay.
If you do know it, oh well. And it's okay to be nervous, patience. I prepare.
You did a more true crimey thing today. Look at you.
Also, I read a book. Patience read a book.
I'm so proud of her.
I read.
Will you do a book club with me and read a book with me?
If we can, like...
We can find one we both
mutual interest, I will do it.
Stay tuned. We could start a Gummy Buddies
Look at
book
this.
club.
Can I be honest?
Wait.
I'm freaking out for a second. I feel really professional.
You look so cute.
I'm like, oh, I love it. I want to cry, actually.
We just said no crying this episode. Seriously though, guys, let us know if we started a Gummy Buddies book club. Would you guys would you be involved in that? Like, we could even have little Zoom meetings together and talk about the book if you guys want. And you can be high or not. High is optional, but fun.
We'd have to think of a name of it. Previous song, Gummy Buddies. Write it down. Write down that genius idea.
I'm doing my very professional light bulb symbol, which may or may not look like a ping pong paddle thing board. What's that called? Ping pong paddle. Oh, I said that really loud.
Oh.
Not to be confused with the other kind of paddle. Okay. You're not nervous.
I'm nervous because I keep touching my hair too, so I'm like extra nervous. Mm-hmm. That's how you know when I'm nervous. I touch my hair. It's a cue of mine. Alrighty. So before I start reading off of my page, it is off of a missing persons, but it is there's like some conspiracies behind it. There are things in here. I'm going to give you facts, and then things that people found suspicious.
Okay.
And then at the end, I want you to come up with your own
Katie is on the case.
Conspiracy of what happened to these people.
We're going to solve this just like we did Diet Love. Watch us go.
I will show you the pictures of these people. I'm actually just going to pull it up really quick. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Was not prepared on this front. Okay. Are we ready?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay.
Your hair is curling so cute. Look right there in your neck. It's so cute.
Sorry. I swear I know how to work technology. Stop, you're making me nervous.
Psychotic.
All right. This is called The Disappearance of the Sodder Children.
I've heard that name.
Okay.
And I know the whole story, I think. But
okay.
I'm excited because it's been a really long time. Was there a fire?
Yes.
Was there Hebrew, Jew,
Italian.
Okay, all right. I'm like some sort of cultural...
Italian people.
Okay, yeah, Okay, I'm going to let you go through with it. Yes, okay. I'm familiar with it.
Dang it!
There was a Forensic Files episode on it, and it comes up when my research when I'm picking topics all the time.
Oh, okay.
But I'm excited because it's been a really long time since I've seen the episode, and I am totally down to discuss conspiracies with it, so I'm on board.
I wrote it 7 pages. I got 7 pages to get through, so go me. I actually dug.
I better shut my mouth up then.
I even went on the archive.org and found an old newspaper article of this story that had the interview in it. So
I remember my theory on it and everything.
I'm so excited. Okay. Christmas Eve, 1945. An evening that should be full of peace and calm before a day of celebration. In West Virginia, a 2-story house goes up in flames at 1 a.m. The Sodder family lived at this home. The parents, George and Jenny Sodder, they lived at this home with their 10 children. It's really hard for me to grasp the idea that people had that many children back in the day.
Never, ever could you convince me to pop out 10 kids.
What,
Unless I was a stay-at-home mom and didn't have to work for the rest of my life, I'd consider it.
My grandparents come from a line of 14. And I'm like, that's absurd. That is actually absurd. My 2 was enough.
My mom had 6, and to me, that's a lot.
But, the economy was kind of decent-ish back then. Maybe,
mm-hmm.
I think you kind of could survive. I don't know, but...
Well, not to be Think about how much food stamps you'd get if you had 10 children. You'd be a millionaire in food stamps, that's for freaking sure.
Their ages ranged from 2 years old to 23 years old. During this unfortunate event, one of the 10 children was not home. Thank God. Only George, Jenny, and 4 children escaped, but the other 5 were never seen again. That'd be so sad. I could not picture myself in a situation where...
Were the other children, grown and out of the house then? Because out of the 10 kids...
One of them wasn't home. 4 of them got out. 5 of them did not.
Oh, 4 of them got out.
Yeah.
Got it.
Sylvia, the 2-year-old, she cribbed in her parents' room. And she was safe outside along with Marion, who was 17, John, 23, and George Jr., who was 16. The older children had fled from the upstairs bedroom. And the father, George, presumed the others were still up there and needed to save them. George raced outside, wanting to reach them through their bedroom window. And the ladder that has... I'm already starting to slip my words. The ladder he had always propped against the house was strangely missing. His next idea was to drive one of his coal trucks to the window to reach it and break it open. According to George, neither of the coal trucks would start. George wanted to scoop water from a rain barrel, but it was obviously frozen because, it's winter. Marion, the 17-year-old, sprinted to the neighbor's home to call the fire department, but the operator did not answer. People from a tavern saw the smokestack and tried, but couldn't get an operator. They were able to track down the fire chief. There's the fireworks. Fire.
Full circle.
Whoa. The fire chief, F.J. Morris, who initiated a phone tree. A phone tree is where one fireman would phone another, and then another, and so on and so forth. I did not put this in here, but when I reread everything to, double check my facts, there were not a lot of firemen at this place because of the war.
Tipper might come in here on the pod. He is terrified of fireworks.
Thank God Billy's deaf.
He's crying outside of the booth.
Deaf.
I hear him. Tippy.
Tipper, come here. Tippy.
Tip. Do you want to come here? Do you want a bee? Are you scared? It's okay. All right, sorry. He just gets really scared of it. He was born right before 4th of July, so he was a month old.
Oh.
And the first 4th of July scared the crap out of him.
Billy used to be that way, but, now that he can't hear anything, it's great.
I need to get him, drugs just for 4th of July, but he's usually fine as long as he can stay with me.
So I believe because of the war, there were not that many firemen at the location. So I think it was 3 to 4 men tops or something like that. The fire department was only 2.5 miles away from the Sodder home, and they didn't arrive till 8 a.m. Obviously, at that point, the house was gone, non-savable. And that's so sad. Mm-hmm. Just before the new year, George and Jenny received the 5 death certificates with the cause of death as fire or suffocation. The state inspector found that the fire was...
Did you say the wife got out or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I will go over all the missing children.
Okay, sorry. There's just a lot of names, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, we're going through I know we said I wasn't going to do that, the name thing again, but unfortunately, there's so many people that I have to do the name. Mm-hmm. The state inspector found that the fire was due to faulty wiring, according to him. This didn't sit well with George and Jenny due to the strange and odd events that led up to this disaster. I'm going to give a little background behind the parents, and then I'm going to go through each strange event that happened leading up to this. And we're going to kind of just see if it was coincidence, if you think it actually was strange. So
I vaguely remember suspicious vehicle activity, his car was there at one point, his truck or car was there, and then it wasn't there, and then it was there again. Especially with the ladder thing.
I'm so excited. I am so excited. And the way I have this spaced out is I put strange event 1. Da, 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 and I'm look at me. Mm-hmm. So George Sodder was born... Okay, they are of Italian descent, so I'm going to start talking about some Italian places. Cannot pronounce them. I'm not that great. George Sodder was born in... Giorgio Sodder in Tula, Sardinia.
Okay.
The sardine can.
He was born in a sardine can.
I actually looked this place up. Gorgeous.
I think it'd be so cool to travel to Italy. I am down. Send us there, people. We were like, what if we make a travel podcast and then we just business expense all the trips? Wouldn't that be genius?
When we go to our yurt, we thought about doing a podcast in the yurt, like a short one.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we're doing it.
Oh, okay.
We're doing the yurt.
We're doing the yurt.
We're doing the yurt.
So he was born in 1895, and he had immigrated to the United States in 1908. I think it's Sardinia, is a large Italian island in the Mediterranean Sea.
George himself immigrated?
Yep.
Okay.
So at 13 years old, he had to survive on his own. His brother ended up going back to there. So he was here all by himself at the age of 13. He worked on the Pennsylvania Railroad.
Oh my gosh, Colin is almost 15.
Yeah.
No, he's 14.
Could you imagine like a kid like that having to survive?
The kids were built different back then.
Oh, wait.
That's because of all the child abuse and labor.
It's true.
Yeah.
Womp womp.
Meanwhile, I can't get my kids to freaking flush the toilet.
So, he worked on the Pennsylvania Railroad, and then he launched his own business as a trucking company. One day, he walked into a local store called the Music Box and met Jenny Caprini, who had immigrated from Italy as well.
Oh.
They married and had their 10 children between the years of 1923 and 1943. And they eventually settled in Fayetteville, which was an Italian community in the Appalachian Mountains.
Shout out to Paige.
Congratulations on your baby.
Both
Both of our friends are having babies.
We're just going to live vicariously through them. It's great.
We don't need no more children.
We're just going to come borrow your children for a couple hours. It's fine.
My back itches again.
I have a baby in my lap right now. It's fine.
He keeps staring at you like
that. I know, he's like,
do you need to go play outside? He's like, no, the fireworks.
I'm only going to pee. It's scary out there. He literally just saw.
Tugboat doesn't give us this much issues.
No. Do you guys have like dramatic dogs? I'm curious because my dog is so dramatic. He sighs.
I know. I don't know why. I always talk about Chris lately. His dog Chance, very drama.
Yeah.
Very. And then they have another dog called Phoenix Rose. She's so pretty. I think when he streams, like sometimes they can be a little dramatic.
Just go sleep. Sleep.
If you get him to sleep.
Sleep.
If you get him to go to sleep in your lap, I'm gonna die.
I think you will.
All right. Strange events. Number 1.
Strange events. Stranger things.
A few months earlier, a stranger had appeared at the house asking about hauling work. It is said he meandered to the back of the house and pointed to 2 separate fuse boxes and said, "This is going to cause a fire someday." George thought this was odd because he had the wiring checked by the local power company, which stated it was in fine condition.
At what point in time did the guy come? Like,
sorry, it just says a few months earlier.
Months.
Yeah.
So, interesting.
And it did not give a name, like, there was no, like, name of, like, this person.
Okay.
So, strange event 2. Coincidentally, another man tried selling the family life insurance and at one point became irate with George when he declined. The man stated, "Your goddamn house is going to go up in smoke and your children are going to be destroyed. You're going to be paid for the dirty remarks you have been making about Benito Mussolini," which I had to research that he is a dictator.
Mussolini.
I believe he was the Italian dictator during this time.
Okay.
George did admit that he was very outspoken about the Italian dictator and engaged in heated arguments with other members of the community. So he was honest about it. Like, he said his opinion, which is fine. Everyone, you know what? In this day and age, it's okay to have your opinions. Just don't shove them down people's throats. It's okay. I think it's okay to just disagree with people. So, interesting.
Yes. Strange event 3.
Family members also
They regurgitated.
Family members also recalled shortly before Christmas they noticed a man in a parking lot watching the younger children as they came home from school one day. I couldn't imagine if I saw someone, like,
Creepy.
watching my children. Like, that's really weird.
Mm-hmm. And this is all within close time period of the event.
If I had to guess, I bet this was, like, 2 to 3 months before the fire happened.
Okay.
So, strange event 4. According to Jenny, just after midnight on Christmas morning at 12 a.m., an hour before the fire, the shrill ring of a telephone broke the silence of the house. Jenny rushed to answer it. An unfamiliar female voice asked for an unfamiliar name, and Jenny stated there was obnoxious laughter and glasses clinking that could be heard in the background. Jenny proceeded to tell the caller she had the wrong house and hung up. Side tidbit, the police later questioned this woman and chalked it up to being a misdial.
Okay.
As Jenny quietly was going back to bed, she noticed the downstairs lights were on and the curtains were still open. The front door hadn't been locked either. She saw Marion, 17, asleep on the sofa in the living room and assumed that the other kids were upstairs in bed. She turned out the lights, closed the curtains, locked the door, and returned to her room. As she began to doze back asleep, she heard a sharp and loud bang on the roof, and then a rolling noise, and roughly 30 minutes later, she was awoken with heavy smoke.
A sharp and loud bang on the roof, heavy rolling noise.
There is, as I get into this, it will talk about what they think it was. Like,
okay.
George says his, like, opinion on what it could be.
Mm-hmm.
I believe they found, like, a fragment
of it. It was Santa mislanding the sleigh, obviously. And his engine backfired. It was the reindeer farting.
So the crime scene. A typical fire with occupants inside would leave charred bodies, the smell of burning flesh, some sort of remnants of a person. There was no bones or flesh after the fire burnt down the house. Jenny would conduct experiments with chicken bones.
I'm sorry. Not a single bone was found, right? Okay, I do remember that. All right.
Jenny would conduct experiments with chicken bones and beef joints to see the fire consume them. Each time she would be left with charred bones. At the crematorium, an employee told Jenny that bodies are burned for 2 hours at 2,000 degrees, and it is reported that the house burned down in only 45 minutes.
So definitely an accelerant.
So,
I mean, everything was made with flammable stuff, but...
Just very sad that, like, if you are giving people death certificates that say fire, but you are literally not proving anywhere that they were in this pile of rubble.
Well, and did it show more than one origin point of fire, or was it just strictly the fuse box?
They said it was due to just faulty wiring. Okay. Like, but...
We don't know who was in on it either.
No. I'm going to start telling you some facts that we do know.
Okay.
A telephone repairman said that their lines appeared to be cut, not burned, as the official report stated that it was due to faulty wiring. If it was due to faulty wiring, the downstairs lights that Jenny turned off wouldn't have been on. Instead, during the fire, they shined bright through. So the lights were still on when the fire was going.
Okay.
So, suspicious.
Suspicious. Very suspicious.
Fact 2. A witness came forward that they saw a man at the fire taking a block and tackle used for removing car engines could be the reason why George's truck didn't start. So basically, it's like a piece in the car that makes the car start. And he was seen taking it out. Like, stealing it. So this man in question later pleaded guilty to stealing the block and tackle, but denied any involvement with the fire.
Or with the Italian mafia.
So, like, F you, dude. Like, their house is literally burning down in front of them. That's
not a coincidence. He
and
was
you're
100%
just
involved.
taking stuff out.
Not a coincidence in any way.
The furthest neighbor, I believe, was 2 miles. Because Marion had to run to the neighbor's house. I believe it was 2 miles.
And he stole it, like, the night of the fire, night before the fire.
Like, while it was going on, I believe.
And if you're going to steal crap on Christmas, you're going to go steal, like, the nice Christmas presents from people's houses and stuff. You're not going to go in and steal an engine part in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Right before a fire. He was 100% either involved from the people that caused it or from, like, if the dad arranged this whole thing from him. Yeah. That's crazy.
Fact 3.
That's 3.
Sylvia, the 2-year-old, the youngest child, found a rubber object in the yard. Remember the sound Jenny heard hit the roof and roll down?
Mm-hmm.
George concluded it was a napalm pineapple bomb of the type used in warfare.
What was the rubber part of it?
however, like, that bomb was made, there's, like, a rubber piece on it that Sylvia had just found in the yard. So, not 100% sure what it looks like. Google it. I'll show you.
It makes me wonder if they even had a roof to inspect at that point. Like, if the roof was just completely incinerated, that's going to be the part that's going to have the most evidence destroyed. So, like, if they did actually set, like, literally, if someone literally threw a grenade onto the roof and that started the fire, you never really know because it's just burnt into a crisp.
Yeah. So, they found that piece. After all these traumatic events, I could not imagine what they could have gone through and the pain that they felt. Because I love my children so much that I could not imagine losing 5 of them.
Hopefully they suffocated in their sleep, but I don't think that they were in there. So
So I couldn't imagine losing my own children, obviously, but under mysterious circumstances, and I could not be in Jenny's shoes.
I would literally lose my mind.
I would be the crazy person. I would do what she was doing,
like burning up the chicken bones, trying to test it all out. Bless her. Bless her heart.
Even after all this, the sightings started coming in. So I'm going to give you some witnesses that appear to have seen these children, and it's very interesting. So witness 1, while the fire was in progress, a woman reported seeing the children peering out of a passing car.
Mm-hmm. See? Yep.
I feel like that's I believe this witness. I feel like that's the route that I believe.
I want to know how far apart the neighbors were.
I believe there was 2 miles.
Yeah, like, because I thought it was out in the country somewhere. Because, so, what are the odds that there's going to be, even out here where we live in the country, what are the odds that you're going to drive by a car full of kids?
And I believe that, okay, so once the tavern saw the smoke, I believe that those people flocked to their house to, like, witness what was going on because they couldn't get an operator. So I think that people ended up flocking to their place. That I believe, you know, that in town, I bet it could have been a few miles or something like that. So, the one car going away from this place is kind of suspicious because if everyone would be going to it, why would a car be just driving away?
Everyone's going to want to come see, especially in the middle of the night, the bright lights. You're going to be like, what's going on there?
Exactly. So witness 2, a tourist shop roughly 50 miles northwest said she saw the children the morning after the fire. She served them breakfast, and the car had Florida license plates. Mm-hmm. My nose. Interesting. It goes off of the theory that the first witness said, that there were other, you know, they were in the back of a car. Mm-hmm. But I guess it just sucks that one witness didn't look at the license plate. Because if they would have matched that it was a Florida to someone else, then that would be a good indicator that they were taken.
Yeah.
Witness 3. A Charleston hotel employee saw the children's pictures in the newspaper and stated she had seen 4 of the 5 children a week after the fire. Her statement reads, "The children were accompanied by 2 women and 2 men, all Italian it says extraction. I took this right off of what she said. I do not remember the exact date. However, the entire party did register at the hotel and stayed in a large room with several beds. They registered about midnight. I tried to talk to the children in a friendly manner, but the men appeared hostile and refused to allow me to talk to these children. One of the men looked at me in a hostile manner, turned around, and began talking rapidly in Italian. Immediately, the party stopped talking to me. I sensed that I was being frozen out, and so I said nothing more. They left early the next morning." Ooh. So, I don't know. And Charleston is close to, like, where, I believe where the 50 miles little shop was. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, I definitely think there are plenty of witnesses that corroborate these kids having been taken.
I truly, just when I first started reading, the fact that there were no bones and no flesh, like nothing of anyone, that is so hard for me to believe.
Yeah.
I just do not believe it. So, those
I don't know why
witnesses.
the police were so quick to declare them dead. That's
suspicious.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a little more reason why it is suspicious.
Did the police have an upgrade in their equipment shortly after?
That's like the 4th time you've done it.
A 3rd.
Do you want to do a level check before I get into...
Sure. Level check. I'm a 1.
I'm vaguely maybe a 0.5. I know normally when I talk, I don't get high until like closer to the end, so I'm really doing good on keeping on train, so.
I don't want earrings and I'm sad. Sorry, I didn't yawn. Don't give me that. I'm drinking my honey now.
I would say I'm halfway through my story.
Okay.
So.
I'm good. Take your time. I'm enjoying it.
In 1947, the Sodders reached out to the FBI to have their help in aiding in the investigation of the disappearance of their children. Those are long words. Look at me go.
Yes.
The only thing they received back was a letter from the director stating that this was a local matter and was not within their jurisdiction. The dictator did state that if they got permission from the local authorities, they could be of some assistance. But the Fayetteville Police and Fire Department declined the offer. So the FBI was not allowed to come in and, like, investigate or do anything. Mm-hmm. Suspicious. Mm-hmm.
How old were the missing children again?
Tipper, you're okay, I promise. Sorry, I'm pulling up a picture of them so you can see them.
Okay. I'm just curious, like, if they were old enough to remember their family, then you think they would have spoken out. If they were kidnapped and, like, sold to families
These are the children that
they
all
were
went missing.
Definitely old enough to. They all look very similar.
I'll try to see if Katie can put a picture of them. If not, just Google it.
Tipper, what?
My camera is moving because Tipper's touching it.
Tipper, you gotta go play outside. Play outside. That's yes. Okay. All right. Give me just a second. We'll be right back.
Okay, we got Tipper.
Yes.
Taken care of. I'm having some camera issues, so if my camera goes out during the rest of this video, I'm going to try to, like, put little clips in to try to get it to work, but we're going to have a gummy bear in my seat if it doesn't work, so. Yeah,
we've got plans.
We're here to have fun. Mm-hmm. I look really good on the camera, and it's because I'm eye assessing, and I love it!
I also, the brightness is up slightly higher than it was, I think, because the light was flickering.
Yes, and now my ring light's breaking. It's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
I think it's just the charger, the thingy.
All right, so back on the case. We're back on the case. Come back to the Sodder children, people. Focus.
We should do a level check because we've been paused for like 10 minutes.
Level check. I'm getting to a 2.
I'm definitely a 3, I think at least. Maybe a 4. Sorry.
I don't know. Okay, so we were going to go over the Sodder children's ages. So Maurice was 14, Martha was 12, Louis was 10, Jenny was 8, and Betty was 6.
Betty Boop.
I don't know if that's why they called her that, but... Son of a bugger.
I wonder when Betty Boop came out.
Previously on Gummy Buddies.
Probably. We both just looked at our cameras at the same time. How cool are we? There's a moth that may have photobombed the camera. It just flew right in front of... That's funny. This is a problem, guys. We live in a butterfly museum.
So the last thing I said was that the police and fire department weren't going to come and help. That's what I said last.
Mm-hmm. The FBI.
Yeah. Since they were of no help, they hired a private investigator named C.C. Tinsley.
Ooh,
he found a few... Oh, go ahead.
C.C. Tinsley. I thought it was a woman.
He found a few red flags. He discovered that the man who was threatening George, the insurance salesman, was a member of the coroner's jury that deemed the fire accidental. Suspicious.
Very.
The individual had previously been employed by George, and he was a co-signer on the family home insurance, which had increased from $1,500 to $1,750. Mm-hmm. A co-signer on the family home insurance... I just reread that line again. Not that. He had increased the home insurance before the fire and without their consent or knowledge of doing so.
Rude.
So...
How do we know it was without their consent or knowledge, though? That's...
So...
Nothing on record. They're not going to admit it. I don't know. I can't see a dad who loves kids enough to have 10 kids to not care about losing half of them, though. Like, it's hard to picture a parent that doesn't care and would willingly, like, risk their own kids.
I just brought myself a little happiness. It was starting to get hard for me to read, because since when I get higher, I kind of want to squint more. I could zoom in.
I'm so technology.
I could also change the font size.
Ooh.
Okay, so C.C. Tinsley also heard a curious story about the fire chief, F.J. Morris. If you remember from earlier, the fire chief had stated that there were no human remains found.
Yeah.
He had confided in someone that he discovered a human organ in the ashes, and he hid it in a dynamite box and buried it at the scene.
Why would anyone do that? Wait, somebody discovered that he for sure did, or he admitted it?
He said it to somebody. The fire chief said this to somebody.
That sounds made up.
The news of this, as any parent should, went and looked for the buried dynamite box, in which they uncovered a box. They took it straight to the local funeral director, who poked and prodded the organ and concluded it to be a beef liver, untouched by the fire. Soon after this discovery, and the false information of it being a human organ, the rumor was that Morris had told others that the contents of the box had not been found in the fire at all. Instead, he had buried it in the rubble in the hopes that finding any remains would placate the family enough to stop the investigation. So he did do it.
Oh, he did it just as a plan so he wouldn't have to do more work and to get them off his back. Or because he was paid off by somebody else to do it.
That's so fucked up. Like, I think that's so fucked up to, like, hope to give them hope, and then you just do something dirty like that. I think it really pees me off.
I don't know. In any other situation, if there weren't all these weird things going on, I would say it's almost an act of kindness to fake human remains for a family. Like, maybe it's morally ambiguous, but I feel like
if I could, sorry,
it's okay. I just feel like if I could provide that piece for somebody, I might do something a little nefarious if I knew 100%. Like, if I, as a detective, knew without a shadow of doubt, that they were for sure dead, and I just wanted to make the family happy, I might.
I don't know how long this was after. I don't think it was only like maybe a year. Okay. I don't know how much time you think you need to grieve too. But for this, I mean, all these children, God, I would
I'm
wait
so
so much time.
I'm still confused on why him hiding a beef liver. Maybe I'm high. I mean, I am. But I'm confused on how him hiding a liver from an animal in a box in the yard. Like you said, it was escaped the fire and it wasn't burnt. So how would it end up?
George built a
What's the point in burying it?
George built a memorial over where the house was burned.
Oh.
So this memorial, F.J. Morris went into this memorial, buried it under there to say, I don't know why he did it.
But if it's in a box, if the house burnt down, an organ's not going to be in a box.
I know. I don't know. It's stupid. It's weird. F that guy for even doing it in the first place.
But the fact that he admitted to having done it.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Weird. John, the oldest sibling, theorized that the fire marshal was paid off or they didn't want to push it. The family was convinced that something was off. John also theorized that the kidnappers might have been trying to take them all. He stated, "My brother and I barely got out of the house." Oh, sorry. I totally did not write this.
The kidnappers might have threatened him too and been like, if you don't do this, we're going to do it. We're going to do this to you and your family. You know?
It's true. The next several years, tips and leads continued to come in, but nothing was promising. George saw a newspaper photo of school children in New York City and was convinced
York City! Sorry, Matt Berry came out. I don't know what just happened there.
I'm changing this, sorry. I'm like really weird looking. I'm looking weird.
In the middle of the recording.
It's okay. It's fine. Continue on. That's Katie's nose hairs. So he saw a newspaper photo of school children in New York City and was convinced that one of him was his daughter Betty, by the way, who was 6 when she went missing. He drove all the way to Manhattan, but the parents refused to speak to him. 2 years later, in 1949, the Sodders decided to make efforts towards a new search. They hired a pathologist named Oscar B. Hunter. Oscar was to excavate...
Oscar B. Hunting.
It was to excavate the property and had done so successfully. He uncovered damaged coins, a partly burned dictionary, and several shards of a vertebrae. Oscar Hunter, the pathologist, sent the remains to the Smithsonian Institution.
Tell us.
The following report reads... My kids are going to cry.
If her kids start crying, you'll see a pause. Cricket.
So I'm going to read the actual report of what it actually said.
Actually.
The facts. Look at that thing in my hair.
It's your hair in your
No,
hair.
I have like a fuzzball.
Tipper. Not quite.
Okay. It reads, the human bones consist of 4 lumbar vertebrae belonging to one individual. Since the transverse recesses are fused, the age of this individual at death should have been 16 to 17 years old. Remember, the oldest boy was 14. The top age limit should be about 22, since the centra, which normally fuses at 23, are still unfused. On this basis, the bones show greater skeletal maturity than one would expect for a 14-year-old boy. It is, however, possible, although not probable, for a 14-year-old and...
No, go lay down. Stop moving. Sorry, guys. It's my dog again. Go lay down.
Although not probable for a boy 14 and a half years old to show signs of 16 to 17 maturity. So they did not belong to the Sodder children.
I feel like a bad dog mom because I forgot that the firework just went off because I was high. Tipper, do you need to come here? It's okay. He's scared again. Come here. You want uppy? Can you get uppy? You're so short. I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was... All right. Repeat the last sentence if you would.
I don't know what I just said.
Did you already scroll down too far?
It was something that did not write. It was just something that I said out of my brain. The vertebrae also didn't show signs of being exposed to the fire. The Smithsonian scholar said, one would expect to find the full skeletons of the 5 children rather than only 4 vertebrae.
Weird.
It is believed that the vertebrae came from the supply dirt George used to fill in the basement of the house for the memorial.
Dude. Someone's just like, I need more dirt. Let's dig up this cemetery.
So,
transplanted dead bodies.
It did not belong to the Sodder children.
Okay. But did they have any DNA testing available or no? Just
I don't think
bone analysis. You know what, patients? I'm going to be doing some bone analysis later. Actually, I'll probably pass out.
With the Smithsonian's finding, it prompted 2 hearings at the state capitol in Charleston. They told the Sodders that their search was hopeless, and they declared the case is closed.
Closed.
So, not to be open again.
Ah!
With everything George and Jenny had been through, they didn't give up hope. On Route 16, erected the billboard and passed out flyers offering $5,000 for information of their children, and later on increased it to $10,000. Shortly after, a letter arrived from a woman in St. Louis. Said the oldest girl, Martha, was in a covenant there. Then another tip came from Texas, where a patron in a bar said they overheard an incriminating conversation about a long ago Christmas Eve. Another came in saying that the children were staying with a distant relative of Jenny's, but each tip just led to dead ends for George. So jumping ahead, in the 1960s, more than 20 years after the fire, Jenny received an envelope postmarked in Kentucky. Inside a photo of a man... Huh?
The Colonel. He hasn't come out in a while.
So it said, inside a photo of a man in his mid-20s. He had a white button-up shirt, taken against a draped window. On the back of the snapshot, a cryptic handwritten note read...
The Snapchat?
On the back of the snapshot.
Okay. It sounded like you said... Did you say...
I'm pretty sure I said snapshot.
Okay.
A cryptic handwritten note read, Louis Sodder, I love Brother Frankie. And then it has like a bunch of random letters and words. George and Jenny couldn't deny the resemblance to their son, who was only 10 at the time of the fire. Beyond the obvious similarities, dark curly hair and dark brown eyes, they had the same straight, strong nose and an upward lip tilt of the left eyebrow. Could you imagine just out of the nowhere you get a picture of your kid 20 years later and like...
I would bawl my eyes out.
So...
100%. Out of happiness, but also out of severe pain that, like, I miss them aging.
I'm mad I didn't write this in here. Jenny ended up framing that photo on the wall as a newly updated picture of him because she believed so much that it was him.
That's so sad.
And there are theories that they couldn't... I think I talk about it later, but they didn't want to contact him if that was him because if they could endanger him. If they found out who he was, where he was, like maybe he wasn't supposed to talk to them.
I just thought of something really sad.
Oh, hit me with it.
Let's not get too deep into it.
Okay.
I don't want to get really, really sad, but I just, like with her son, like growing older and stuff, I was thinking of like how AI technology has come so far and how you can see like age advancement, like it was done by people, you know, like, oh, this is what this missing child would look like now. And, all I'm getting at is like I could go back in time and age like my sisters and see what they would look like if they were still alive. And I was just like, man, that'd be kind of cool, but I think it'd be too sad. And I know like I've seen stories online of photoshoppers that'll do like they do that on request. They'll age like dead ones that you love, and then they'll like make family photos that have them still alive.
Oh,
I've seen those, and I was like,
I've seen a few of them.
That's kind of what she did for herself.
Yeah,
you know, for like
it's so sad.
Kid.
But if that gave her the peace,
yeah,
I
mean,
would.
whatever.
After so many years, if this was,
it's obviously much better to picture your child living with another family alive somewhere than just gone.
Because I think. It talks about it in here, but after this, she like became, I believe, really depressed. She only wore black clothing. She ended up building a house, and she would build kind of like the Winchester house, but she would like just keep adding rooms on.
Oh my gosh.
She just kept doing it. So sad. Mm-hmm. So with this news, it sparked new hope, and they hired another private investigator and paid him $400 in advance. But they never heard from him again. So, of course, they got freaking scammed. Not like they've been through enough, people.
People that scam victims of anything are the lowest level of low.
True.
Like, the people that pretend to be the missing children grown up and just pose because they're trying to, like... There was one older guy that pretended to be, like, an 18-year-old kid, and he was, like, almost 30. And he, like, had researched the family to learn things to pose as that kid. And I'm like... That's like the lowest human being. One of the worst.
Can we level check really fast?
I'll check.
I'm definitely at a 4 or 5, but I keep looking at the camera because I'm so paranoid it's going to stop recording. And when I look backwards, or like when I look back at you,
the room's moving
it's like so slow.
Oh, really?
It's so weird. Like my eyes are lagging behind. And I'm starting to talk in a lower tone.
More gravelly. Isn't that weird how we get like
Tipper, I'm gonna need you to relax. We're almost done with the story.
That's okay. I have a theory that I really like. I'm excited about talking about our theories.
So they got scammed. They feared that if they published the message or the name on the town on the postmark, that if it was their son, they would be putting him at risk. Instead, they amended the billboard and included the updated image of Lewis on there.
No. Go lay down.
In an interview in 1968, George said, "It's hard sometimes to get sleep at night. Just wondering about them. After all, if someone wanted to get me, why did they get my family too? It's like hitting a rock wall and we can't go any further. We just don't know what to do now." Unfortunately, a year later, in 1969, George Sodder had passed away. After his passing, Jenny put up a fence around her property and began adding rooms to her home. Since the fire, she only wore black exclusively, and she continued to do so till 1989, when the weather billboard finally came down.
Oh my gosh.
It's so sad.
That's also a random day to decide to not wear black, but that is so sad.
She died.
Oh.
She died.
Wait, she died and they just ripped the billboard down the second she died? What?
Yep. The Sodders' surviving children and grandchildren continued the investigation and came up with theories of their own. Their theory states that the local mafia branch had tried to recruit George, and he declined. They then tried to extort money from him, and he refused. The children were kidnapped by someone they knew, someone who would burst into an unlocked front door, told them about the fire, offered to take them somewhere safe, and they may not survive the night. If they had, and if they lived for decades, it really was Lewis in that photo. They failed to contact their parents only because they wanted to protect them. Sylvia, the youngest survivor of the fire, died in 2021 at the age of 79. Until the end, she remained steadfast in her belief that her siblings had escaped the flames. Growing up, Sylvia was the only child in a lot of ways. Her daughter, Jenny, Henthorne,
Jenny.
told The Independent in 2002, "You gotta think that my aunts and uncles that they were present after the fire, who were still at home, weren't really at home. 2 had been away at war, and they were grown. It is deemed unlikely that their family will ever find closure. Anyone who knew what happened would have been my grandparents' age, and I think that it's been public enough that if the children wanted to be found later on in life, they would have reached out." So, that concludes the disappearance of the Sodder children. I can't wait to hear your theory.
Okay, do you want to say yours first? Or
mine is like on more like what she stated. Like, I think it was something with the Italian mafia. I think, like she stated, I think that the missing children, someone came in, said that there was a fire, did take them, and said, I'll take you someplace safe. Like, we're gonna get out of here. And then they, like, kidnapped them, and then I think the children had to do what they said. And if they didn't, maybe they'd kill them, kill their parents. Like, I bet they threatened them. I do believe that all these people did see them peering out of a window. I think that they were seen at, like, the shop, the hotel. I think that was them. Mm-hmm. So I think it has to do with the mafia.
Are you ready for...
Yes, okay. Hit me with it.
All right, so here's, according to my professional opinion, that's definitely warranted because I know so much about this case. Having now been an expert off of the 50 minutes of exposure, I can safely say that what happened is the Italian mafia was not happy with him and his outspokenness against them. And so they came to not only teach him a lesson, but they could kidnap the children that they thought would be good sales for human trafficking.
Oh, that's so bad.
I don't know if the Italian mafia was associated with human trafficking, but we need to look into that. We need to look at how they communicated with their enemies. Were they outspoken with these messages and made sure that you knew that what happened to you was because of me? Like, or did they just go around like slashing tires? Did they get revenge on the sly, or were they outspoken like, hey, I'm doing this and you're going to know it's me who did it, so you're scared? See what I'm saying? So, like, was the Italian mafia more like the mafia that... There's different kinds of mafia, right? I'm not crazy.
I don't know.
Like,
that's not
are they the kind of mafia that's like, you're going to know it's me?
The first thing I thought of when you said mafia, I don't know if is it a band? It's like Mafia 369. And it's like part of a song. Oh, and really? I have it like playing in my head now. I'm not praising you.
Well, no. So,
okay, I'm with your theory. Yeah, right. I'm with your theory.
So, he's outspoken against them. They don't like him. So the guy comes as a warning. He's like, your house is going to burn down. You don't want the life insurance. You don't like this guy. You're going to have to pay the price. And I think that the life insurance, if the guy had picked it, I think they still were going to burn the house down no matter what. But if the guy picked the life insurance, the Italian mafia could have been like framing him more for it. And the Italian mafia could pin the job on him if he tried to collect the life insurance. So it just is added punishment if he did take it, right? But then if he doesn't take it, they're still warning them. He'll still know it's from them.
Oh, I'm so sorry. So sorry. I just wanted to close this.
All right, so they throw the hand grenade. They throw the hand grenade on the roof. Then the children are shipped off, but they're not spread out to people in the States. It's all overseas. I think that all the people in the States are lookalikes, and it's just happenstance. But I do believe the hotelier, the woman in the restaurant, I believe those people actually saw the children. The idea that the kids were driven down to Florida would indicate they're probably getting on a boat to go overseas to another country. So if the kids are alive, they were sold into human trafficking, I think.
That's so sad.
That is sad. The other alternative is it was the dad who sold them on purpose. I don't like even saying this because if any descendants are alive, like I don't want to hurt their feelings. But like if it was a dad, he'd have to act his whole life. So I think the option is more of it was just the Italian mafia acting on its own. And I want to know the difference between the mob and the mafia. And I can't remember if we talked about that on your Iceman episode. I don't know. Okay. Anyways, sorry. So I switched to my theory. We're going to snack time.
Snack time.
Snack time. We're going to fix our technical issues. Patience and phone data is toast.
We're back from snack time.
Sorry, we lost so quickly.
You don't know this, but it was a very long snack time.
It was really long. It's the longest snack time we've had. You could probably
Katie's
tell.
really high.
Yes. I'm glad to be here with you.
She's on the caboose. I'm the conductor of this train. I am still having some phone issues, so I'm hoping that the phone will last this time. I got some stuff off during the break. Took forever. So, we are going to come back. We're going to level check.
Level check. 13, guys. To girl. Number 13.
I think I'm at an 8. I don't think I've peaked because I've been so, like,
she's
on
been
a mission.
Sitting down the whole time, fixing a technical issue. And I was doing, like, laps around the island, so that scooted us a little. Before that, I think we were on about the same level, though. I feel like we're in a talk show right now. I'm so high. It's great.
So we're gonna play a game.
Mm-hmm. Oh, but before the game, the question I kept asking her was, what do you think your high superpower would be? She did say that. So mine, I don't know, the font thing. While we were at snack time, I came up with an idea where you can ISS yourself, like, writing a specific font you've seen. So, like, I was writing, and to me it looked like the Journal Out of Phasmophobia. And so I was saying, like, oh, my high superpower is the ability to switch fonts while I'm writing. Okay, that's my superpower.
I think my superpower would be that I could speak another language, but, like, I knew all languages.
Oh, that would be really, really cool.
I think that would be fun.
Ooh, I just got chills. That's a good one.
Our next, we're gonna do the conspiracy theory.
We're just gonna do one
a few of them. We don't want to make this ending last too long.
Well, you're not in it for the long-term commitment right now, guys.
I'm gonna die.
What?
I forgot that your toast was that.
I told you.
I looked over and I was like, why is that sitting there?
You guys will see later. She's laughing at something you'll know about later. I promise. I don't know why I'm talking like this.
Okay.
It's bothering me.
So, conspiracy. Do you want to go first or do you want me to?
I was copying you for no reason. You go first, obviously. I can't think.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to give you the words, though. I can do that.
Okay.
Poodles and Gmail. So Patience's job is to make a conspiracy with Poodles and Gmail. And she has to connect them. And tell me her conspiracy. Oh, I'm hamstering. Hamsterdam's rave.
Poodles and Gmail. Poodles and Gmails.
Poodles and Gmail.
Okay. There's a secret society. What if there's a secret society of poodles that actually hack into your Gmail? And they're like top secret agents and they're gonna like end the world.
Like, the evil Paw Patrol. I love that so much. I want to see like somebody put a cartoon of that here. Oh my
They're like
gosh.
planning to end the world, but it's just a group of poodles and they hack everyone's Gmail to like get information.
Can they talk? Or do they not even speak English?
They speak their own language because they're poodles.
So they still bark, but they're hackers. How do we know it's them? How do we catch them? I'm invested.
Are you a poodle? Are you one of them?
No. Let me study you.
Okay.
That was either really genius or really stupid what I just...
Something... Okay. It's okay.
Why are we recording this?
So...
How red are our eyes?
Yours are really red.
Yours are really pretty red, too.
Okay, your conspiracy has to
A
deal
piece of
with...
pineapple just came out of my mold.
I want something good. Okay.
Before you say your thing, I just want to say on the record, Patience's topic tonight was really good, and she did such a freaking good job. And I didn't talk about your topic because everything's been crazy, but I wanted to say shout out. That's my favorite episode you've done so far. By far my favorite, because you had it like organized in such cool groups. I loved it.
I love you.
I love you too. My wife.
We got married over
on our
snack break. We're gonna buy each other rings, and I'm gonna propose on our trip.
If I had an onion ring at snack time, I would have proposed to you with the onion rings.
It's the thought that counts.
That was some mouth noise that just came out. Okay, conspiracy. Lay it on me. I'm
Your
ready.
your words are checkers.
Mm-hmm.
And demons.
Okay, so did you
I
know?
feel so high because I just said that.
I'm not doing a conspiracy so much as a made-up myth. Okay. Did you know that back in the day when the Charlie Daniels Band was playing Devil Went Down to Georgia, the devil was actually not playing a fiddle in the local legends. The devil was playing checkers. And so when Charlie Daniels wrote the song, he thought everyone would think it was stupid if they were playing checkers. And he redid the local myth and said, we're going to say the devil had a fiddle of gold. And he fought him with that instead of checkers. And that's how that song was written.
Can I tell you an actual full circle that you say that? You know,
I'm messing with my tongue a lot.
You know the book I said I read?
Yeah, I forgot the name of it.
Appalachia Ghosts. I found it on archive.org.
Appalachia. You're like,
So I found it on there.
Mm-hmm.
One of the stories in the book was playing the fiddle, and it ended up killing people slowly off their family because they would play this fiddle and the devil would come and get them.
That'd be creepy.
Full freaking circle.
I'm ISSing us being in like a mountain cabin right now. Okay,
picture us in our yard.
I have literally filtered you with different clothes on. Maybe none. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so I just ISSed you wearing like an...
Oh, I just keep knocking my camera. I'm sorry.
Okay, so you know in Vampire Diaries... Look at... I don't know why I'm doing this. Stop. Hands. No. Post-traumatic stress disorder. We need to tell them the bingo story.
Previously on Government Buddies.
Previously on Government Buddies. Tell them perfect. That's a great mechanism. I love that I kept that idea. Anyways, you're dressed up as Catherine from Vampire Diaries. You're wearing a white tank top with a leather black jacket over it. And you look just like Elena Gilbert to me, dressed up in like a cute biker outfit. Oh, you want me to ISS you skinny?
I mean,
keeping you like
not
curvy.
Yes.
Yeah. You look good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's actually so
the,
sweet.
The black tank with like a leather jacket. I don't know. It actually would be super cute on you.
This is a really good night.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I've been very...
I will be honest, I feel like my technical issues, but I feel like this has been really fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like really hesitant about doing it again.
I guess we'll see how we feel when we go to edit it. If we
I kind of want to like help you edit it because I feel so like we could do this, we could do this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really excited.
I could also... You could help me edit by... Even if I have to do all the basic technical stuff I always do, I can pass it on to you, and then you can edit it by adding the graphics that you keep wanting to add.
I don't know why we got into this topic.
Oh, I just ISSed you wearing long sleeve black t-shirt, but with finger... You're actually wearing one.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So my sports shirt has that.
The shirt you're wearing. I'm like, I asked you. Okay, we need to stop being on camera now.
Okay. Alrighty, so we're gonna wrap up this episode.
This is gonna be what I regret
thank you
recording.
We did a conspiracy. We both did one. Look at us go. We still train ride. Okay. Yep.
We're gonna do our toast.
We're gonna real quick. You can find us on our socials, Gummy Buddies Podcast. Find us on all the apps. You can email us at
gummybuddyspodcast@gmail.com.
And she just went like this to me. Freaking rude. You don't talk to the conductor that way.
Oh, sorry.
You
can punish me later.
I want to still get a conductor's train hat and then a caboose.
How caboose?
They have hats with them on there, and I'm gonna give you one. Yes, I got this. You're so high. I'm gonna need you to go.
I don't think they have caboose hats.
Yes, they do. My phone's recording, so I can't look when I'm. Give me your phone. No. You're so high. Holy crap.
No. It's just a conductor's conductor's hat because it's the guy that runs the train. There's not a caboose hat for someone that runs a caboose.
We're gonna oh my gosh, stop talking for 2 seconds. Jesus. You're so freaking high.
Rude.
You just were going like that to me. That's how we got on the caboose topic.
Wow. I needed that workout.
Stop talking. Can't with you right now.
I've got to stop. I'm gonna cry everything off. Oh, that's great.
Hang on. Stop. Oh my god.
Stop.
You ready for this?
Y'all ready for this?
I'm gonna make you laugh really hard.
No.
Okay. Caboose. Are you ready? Really focus.
Caboose.
Katie, I'm so stupid. I thought caboose was caribou.
The whole time.
I'm crying. I thought they were the same thing. So when I was thinking
The faces I'm making are not appropriate for the internet.
when I was thinking of a caboose hat, I was thinking about it like a caribou, like an animal hat with a caribou.
They have those hats. Antlers. That's what you were thinking of, right? Oh, that's so funny. That's so funny. Cry. Okay. That's great.
Now we have to make that happen. Oh, hold on. That was so stupid.
Well, it's been great. So, we're gonna die. I can't
Look at my tears.
Broccoli.
Can I wipe my tears with it?
Ew. Not that I was really planning on eating it either. I left it sit out here.
I have like a really big streak going down.
We need to get a makeup setting spray to sponsor us for all the times we cry.
Look how
laugh.
red my eyes are. Holy shit.
My throat. Okay, we've got a toast. We got a toast.
I don't have something to toast with.
This was supposed to be pre-planned. All right, no. Do you remember? Did you prepare your toast?
Nope.
Okay, I start. I forgot to. Okay. I propose a toast.
I said focus.
Oh. I thought you said
Focus.
I thought you said virus. And I was like, the plague. What?
I'm Katie. Okay, level check real quick before we toast.
Oh yeah.
I'm peaking a 10.
Good.
I'm
at
at
like a
the
14. 15 is possible.
DEFCON 15. Okay, toasting.
Here's a toast. To the crickets. They're so cute, and their little song fills all the sad, quiet places in my day. Here, to the little crickets.
Here.
Moment of silence for the crickets.
They're lightly doing it.
Yes.
My cheers. I gotta think of a good one.
Seriously. I must ask you why. You're being so stupid.
Cheers. Ready? I got a
The
good
rest
one.
of the episode could just be this broccoli.
Cheers to the tomatoes in tomato sauce.
So many of you died for our batch of dinner. Pour it out.
I thought you were going to eat it. You'd be like, cheers, and then you go...
Let's roll with everything you pick up. You gotta take a bite of that whole wrapper.
No!
No! The panic in your face.
I'm hungry. Oh no, we can't eat.
No. Little side glance like, no one will see me.
Okay, so...
I'm putting down my broccoli glass. I think snot and spit just went out of my orifices. I'm so sorry.
Okay. So that was our episode of Gummy Buddies.
And here's to you. We're supposed to say it.
Oh!
We're supposed to finish. We know what we're doing. I looked
What?
where the camera is not, too, to say that. Okay.
Did you write this earlier?
Yes.
Oh.
The strawberries were from last week.
Oh. That's what I was wondering.
Yes.
And here's to them.
And here's to you, our gummy buddies. Thank you so much.
Oh my god, you're so fucking high.
Your makeup at me? Or are you just trying to tell me to keep my eyes up?
No, I have like a lot of water in my eyes.
Oh, I thought you were gesturing to me. Okay.
The tears are like stuck on my eyelashes.
It's a train wreck. I've been spitting
I
constantly.
know, but I still love you and your spit.
Thank you.
All right, Katie, get us out of here.
Thank you for being our.
Nope, re-say it
Yeah.
without your shirt. You'll be mad at yourself. Say it again, loud and proud.
I'm Katie and I'm proud.
No. Stop. Get us out of here.
You could check us out on our...
Nope.
Nope.
Say your line.
No,
This is
you could...
We already did it.
I started to do that, I think.
And you had your shirt over your mouth.
Sure. Fine. Miss Audio Quality Expert.
Oh, I can't wait till sober Katie hears this. You're going to be like, wow, I really was such a wench. She threw broccoli at me. Assault.
Thank you for being our...
Nope.
Oh, I'm doing the you thing. I'm doing it out of cue. Thank you so much for listening to this horrible torture.
We hope you don't hate us.
And thank you for being our
Gummy buddies.